Mr Speaker, and this afternoon I rise to talk about the Waite Gatehouse, believe it or not, built in 1890, heritage listed in 1982, about the same time as the historic Edinburgh Hotel, also in Mitcham. It's a 130-year-old state heritage listed building, as I said. It's located at the corner of Cross Road and Fullerton Road. For those who don't know, there was about 1,000 people there last Sunday on that corner protesting its slated demise, but hopefully not. And it is under threat due to the planned intersection upgrade. The Waite Arboretum itself is such a significant collection of trees for the people of South Australia, for the university. And I was only going through a run at the Arboretum after Parliament yesterday to look at the magnificent trees and its environmental benefit and research benefit to the university and to the people of South Australia. And most importantly, the building, the gatehouse, the land that is the Arboretum, was gifted to the people of South Australia as part of the Peter Waite bequest, the single biggest bequest from an individual in the history of our state. And there are two essential elements in the Peter Waite Trust Deed of 1914, and that is that the university hold the designated section of eastern land for the purpose of teaching and studying branches of learning associated with agriculture and husbandry, and the university hold the remainder western section upon trust to preserve it in perpetuity as a park or garden for the recreation and enjoyment of the public. This is not the Waite's legacy to the people of South Australia is not to become a slip plane. And that's not to say that the intersection at the corner of Fullerton Road and Cross Road doesn't need to be upgraded. In fact, the whole Mitcham Hills corridor needs to be upgraded, and it is really good to see the government actually investing in that corridor, starting with the Blackwood Roundabout, which I've been advocating for many, many years as the member for that community. And we are seeing works happening at James Road, Old Belair Road intersection, and indeed at Fullerton Road, Cross Road, Springbank intersection, and Glen Osmond Road, Fullerton Road upgrade. And these are all important initiatives, and they're good funding initiatives from the government, both federal and state, on behalf of the people of South Australia. But what is important to me and my community is heritage and preserving Peter Waite's legacy. Mr Speaker, if the gatehouse is demolished, it will be the first state heritage listed building to be demolished. It will set a negative precedent for heritage, environment, and I think, in fact, future developments as well. In my view, if the government starts to demolish state heritage listed building, what precedent does it set for the private sector to follow? And I ask, what is our favourite historic building in South Australia on the list? Is it the Thabby Theatre, the Allied Oval Scoreboard, Her Majesty's Theatre, the Town Hall, the Bar Smith Library, which was certainly a favourite place of mine to do some reading whilst I was at university? And in my electorate, I ask, what else will become at risk of demolition if the gatehouse is demolished? Will it be Old Government House in Belair National Park, the manure pits at Brown Hill Creek, Watunga Botanic Gardens, Scotch College Main House, beautiful Carrick Hill, Belair Railway Station and Mitcham Railway Station, Eynesbury House, Corriga House, Sleepsill Tunnel at Eden Hills, the Murray and Sons Biscuit Factory on Coromandel Parade, Blackwood, the former home for the inebriates, which is now the site of St John's Grammar School, Nanyara Conference Centre, at Erdbray High, the former headmaster's residence, and Horner's Bridge in Coromandel Valley are all state heritage listed buildings on the state heritage list in my community. In and of themselves, they are buildings. They were built many, many years ago. They represent, and their uses, the original use, quite often aren't their use today. They are state heritage listed facilities and buildings, and they mean something. And if we allow the gatehouse to be demolished as opposed to being moved as part of this road upgrade, I think we are setting a very dangerous precedent for all these state heritage listed buildings in my community and across South Australia. So it is so important that we preserve heritage and protect the environment. So we've now had 2 rallies to save the gatehouse. We've had over 1,000 attendees at the weekend's rally. We had George Morgan, the great-grandson of Peter Waite, address us, Professor Norman Etherington, retired Adelaide Uni Professor of History and former Head of National Trust, address us, Dr Jennifer Gardner, OAM, on behalf of the Interim Vice-Chancellor of the Adelaide University, spoke about the importance of the university's position in regards to saving the gatehouse. We know we can move the gatehouse through my evidence presented at the Public Works Committee. It is feasible. We know that the money is there. I urge the government to work with the university, to work with the community to save the Waite Gatehouse.